Hi everyone, welcome to my latest vlog. It's only a couple of days until Christmas, so I thought I'd spend this episode telling you all about the wonderful sights and sounds that I've seen in the lead up to Christmas, both here in Washington DC and a little bit of New York. I love Christmas. I love decking the halls. I love singing the songs. I love trimming the tree. And so I've been really excited to experience not only a winter Christmas, but a Christmas in a completely different country. And it's not disappointing. They know how to put on some good lights and some good events. And I had a ball just going around it and looking at everything. We're starting to see pop-up bars that are Christmas themed, all of the different kinds of flavored coffee that you can get with peppermint in them and gingerbread. I've been enjoying tasting all the different flavors. Christmas markets are going up, and there was even one called the Procrastinators Market, which I thought was really funny, but I reckon it was a couple of weeks ago. So it's like, is it really a procrastinator if you're not actually doing your shopping on Christmas Eve? Who knows? Anyway, the weather has started to get really cold. So it's about 1 or 2 degrees during the day Celsius. Unfortunately, it's been blue skies, which is not unfortunately, it's great. It means it's lovely weather to get out and about, but it means there's no snow. So, I mean, not that there is this time of year in Washington DC, so I'm not expecting any, but you just think, oh God, it's cold weather, and isn't cold weather freezing? That means that's snow. I'm not a meteorologist, so obviously that's not how it works. But anyway, I know I'm going to get snow, and when I get snow, I'm going to get so much snow that I'm probably going to be sick of it. But I'm still waiting for that first proper snowfall. So like everywhere, there's Christmas trees. There's Christmas trees everywhere, and they're all lit up and they're lovely. But here in Washington, DC, there's 2 main trees. The first one is the national tree. Now, I don't know how this gets picked, but it's outside the White House in a place called the Ellipse, and they put it up with, I thought it was 50 trees to represent each state. But I went there and there's other trees represented for departments and also things like the US Virgin Islands. So I don't know how many, I didn't count the little trees, but there's one big tree and lots of little trees. And so that was really, really good. I enjoyed seeing that. So that's the national tree. So the other main tree in Washington, DC is in front of the Capitol building. It's called the Capitol tree, but it's also known as the People's Tree. The US Forestry Department, they will select a state and a state forest, and that forest will provide the tree for the year. And they let them know well in advance, because what that state does is they'll then canvass people to provide decorations for the tree that represent their state. So this year it was Alaska, so there was a lot of polar bears and things like that on the tree. So that was really good, and it looked like a lot of school kids had done stuff. And so that, I think they're told that they have to be, robust kind of decorations, because it's going to be out in the weather. That was really nice. I got there just before dark, so that I could just have a bit of a look and see. Got a great stunning sunset, and then just settled in and waited for the lights to come on. It was really nice. I wanted to make sure that I could try and get around to as much as I possibly could. So when I heard about things, I'd try and pop down and see. And there was a lot of things going on. A lot of communities just do really well, and putting up decorations and things, decorations all over the place. And on my walk to work, I love it because as I'm walking home from work, it's starting to get a bit dark and the lights are starting to come on. It's fantastic. I think I'm really surprised that the decorations are within easy reach. Like, I could grab them and run off with them. Not that I'm saying I would, but where I'm from back in Australia, that would probably happen. Not by me, I wouldn't do that. But we tend to be those people that go, this is why our town can't have nice things, because someone will invariably grab the decorations, do something with them, or vandalise them or something like that, or put them in their front lawn. And so I'm really quite impressed that they've got all these great Christmas decorations, and no one's touching them, no one's removing them, they're just appreciating them. So I really love that. I wish we could be more like that back home. I think all of our decorations have to be really quite high up so that people don't pinch them. But it was good to see all of the different kinds of stuff that people had going on in their neighbourhood. Park that I walked to work through, they had a tree lighting ceremony, and so I went along to that, and it was really well organised. They had a little combo playing some Christmas songs. Then they lit the tree, and then they had a whole pile of free entertainment-y type things. So they had a guy playing some music, a DJ. They had some mulled wine. Hot chocolate. They had a s'mores table so that you could actually get all your ingredients and then make your own s'mores, including some candles and stuff to cook your marshmallow. I was so impressed, and all of it was free, and it was all just donated by local businesses and things like that. They even had the Washington Capitals ice hockey team mascot, Slapshot, come along and just gee up the kids.
Five, four, three, two, one.
The other thing I've been really excited to see is the pop-up ice rinks. So there's quite a number of public ice rinks that just pop up. They just put them in place in community areas, and people can come along and for a small fee skate. And I love it. I just wish that I was young enough and had knees that would be able to cope with ice skating, to be able to do it again, because it looks like so much fun. And I remember ice skating when I was a kid, and it was lots of fun. I know my poor sister had to take me all the time because she was the older sister and got told, take your sister with you. So I'm very sorry about that, Zelda, but I had a lot of fun. The National Zoo also put on some zoo lights. Now, I've been to the zoo. I think I've talked about the zoo before. This one was no animals. We're just going for the lights. Adelaide Zoo do something similar in July as part of the Illuminate Festival. And a couple of times I've wanted to go and haven't been able to make it. I think a couple of times it just got rained out and there was no way anyone was going. So I went to this one thinking it's probably going to be similar. I don't know if it is because I haven't been to the one in Adelaide, but it was fantastic. The lights were just brilliant, and it was a mix of like these kind of LED lights, and then they had animals with, I don't know what they were made out of, paper or something like that, and then they had lights inside them. I don't know how they did it, but I just thought it was wonderful, and I enjoyed just walking around and doing all of that. And the joy of being here in winter and doing all of this is it's 5 o'clock, it's dark. So it's not like that I'm out at 11 o'clock at night having to look at these kind of things. I'm home in a decent time to get to bed. But the zoo light, they were absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed those so much. Botanic Gardens are quite close to me, and I knew that they had also done something. They'd done a replica of some Washington landmarks, but look, they sort of look like sculptures, but they're not really. I don't know what they are. I mean, they're wood, but I think, look, all I can say is I'll put the pictures up. And I also put down where they've given a little bit of this is what made up this building, but they were absolutely fantastic. I was really, if there was less people, I would have liked to have stayed a little bit longer and just sort of analysed them a bit, because I suppose they were sculptures, but just not, not like someone has just sanded all down a bit of wood and made it into the Lincoln Memorial or the Capitol building. I don't know, it was just something different, but it looked fantastic, and I was really happy to go along and see that, because then I was just going to head to the Capitol building to see the Christmas tree, the People's Tree. I know that New York is seen as a destination for Christmas and having Christmas there, and there's just lots of stuff going on throughout the Christmas period. And so I thought I'd treat myself to a trip up to New York and just check it out for myself. I just thought I would probably enjoy it, and I wasn't disappointed at all. Look, it was, the amount of people that are in New York normally is a lot, and you can get a little bit awed by how many people there are. If you really hate being around a lot of people, I'd suggest don't go to New York. I'd also suggest don't go to New York at Christmas, because it was just so many more people. It was unbelievable. There was times where I'm just thinking, I don't know how we're all fitting on the street. And the police had even blocked off certain streets because there was just no way they were going to get traffic through. And it made it a lot easier to walk. But you were bumping and prodding, and I was keeping a hold of my phone and my credit card to make sure that no one's going to mug me or anything like that. But really, it was just, we were all doing the same thing. We're all just trying to get into the Christmas spirit of New York. I've left some of the noises on. So where I've taken a bit of footage of the streets and some of the things I've seen, I've left some of the footage on just so you can hear how noisy it actually is. And it's one of those things that I think you just get used to it. You'd have to if you lived there. But my goodness, it was super loud. Rockefeller Center is normally on everyone's list of things that they want to see in New York at Christmas, and I was no different. And so headed there during the day as well as during the night, because I wanted to see both. So you go down this narrow sort of laneway, and there's just people everywhere, and you're trying to get as close to the tree as you possibly can, and then see the skating rink in front of it. Managed to see that, but there was some idiot in front. I think I couldn't get super in front unless you actually paid for a ticket to go ice skating, and I wasn't going to do that. I thought it'd be really expensive, but someone at work, they did it, and they said it was only $25 for a couple of hours, and I'm thinking, that seems reasonable. Anyway, so during the day, straight down, tried to get a shot, got sort of decent shots, but there's always going to be people in there. That's just what it is. Oh, except the ice skaters, obviously you want them in, but the people around also trying to just elbow and get photos. So we went back at night, and then Rory, so I went with Rory, and I was really glad because he had good hints and tips to get around. And what we did was we went the straight road down that small laneway. Then he said, let's go off to the right, and that's when we could get a better shot, and there was less people, so I got a better shot of the Rockefeller Center and all the ice skaters. It is a lot smaller than it looks. I don't know. I think decent enough. The other thing that I knew happened was the window displays, the Christmas window displays, and that Macy's were the big ones. And so we walked up and down Fifth Avenue looking at those. Again, some during the day, some at night, and some we did both day and night. My highlights were the Cartier building. They had some kind of solar system on the side of their building. It was really, really well done. The other one was Chanel. Now, I've got a pretty crappy shot of the Chanel windows, and I probably should have gone back and grabbed some more. What they had is each window had had a New York type scene, and I've picked the green one, and that was all about the greenery of New York. And there was so much detail in them, and because it was behind window, I don't know if I'm ever going to get any good shots without a really good camera. But they were my two highlights. Macy's, I think, so Macy's theme was give love, and that's in all their shops and everything like that. That's their theme for Christmas. But what it meant was they were going for a lot of red and love hearts. So I thought it looked a little bit Valentine's Day-ish. I mean, it was still really, really good. I got some good shots, and they were really lovely and very cleverly done. I just was expecting more Christmas, I guess. I was thrilled to see someone selling Christmas trees just on the sidewalk. I know that in Adelaide, my family goes somewhere up in the hills to go get a Christmas tree. I don't know where else there is to get one in Adelaide, but certainly in New York, you can get them on the street. I know in Washington, they've got different areas. I've seen ads for them, like the Boy Scouts are selling trees. There's trees in the supermarkets and stuff like that. So, but I just thought, God, I've never seen trees just on the sidewalk like that. I loved that. Also went to Bryant Park, I went to Bryant Park the first time I came to New York, and I love it because it's a beautiful, beautiful park, and it's got lots of all different kind of activities for kids and adults to do. At Christmas though, there's an ice rink and there's a Christmas market, and no one's doing anything else. I don't even know if anyone's managing to get through there. There was people everywhere, and they had all kinds of things. It was a good Christmas market, and I think I don't know if I would have, look, it was good to see. I got a hot chocolate the next morning. I went back and got a hot chocolate when it was really early. I think someone had suggested to us, try and get there early, that it opens at about 10 or 11 and try and get there early. I think it opened at 10, we got there at 11. It still was early, but it didn't make a difference. It was just chock-a-block. And you just tended to sort of move en masse down the hallways between the it's not hallways, it's all outdoors, the laneways, aisles, yes, aisles. So we're all just moving en masse down aisles, and if you do see something, it's just you've lost your chance. If you get it, you might not get back in again if you get out. But I loved seeing it, and it was all very Christmassy, and there was music everywhere, and there was an ice rink. What I loved though is seeing a fountain with icicles on it, because I sort of went, it's really cold here. It's -1 or something when we're walking around, and I noticed that there was icicles on the fountain, and I just thought, this is brilliant. I love seeing this because I haven't experienced a proper cold winter. So for all those out there watching going, she does not know what she's talking about, she's gonna not want this once she's lived in it for a while. You're probably right, but at the moment it's a novelty, and I just get a little bit excited. Because our next stop was to Central Park. This is the first time I've seen Central Park. It's my third time to New York, and I've been doing it in chunks. And Central Park was always going to be on my list because I wanted to see the Wallman Rink. I wanted to see a few other things because I'm still excited about there being cold weather. I was just so happy to see ducks walking on the pond because it was frozen, and it was just, Central Park was everything I thought it would be. I will go back. I'll probably go back again in autumn. No, it'll be spring. Oh, forgetting where I am here. It'll be spring, and it'll be so much greener and alive and things like that. But I just enjoyed walking around, just seeing bits of Central Park and the beautiful old bridges and the ponds and the people. It's fantastic.
How many blocks more?
Oh, that's so cool. all I've got for you this time. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope wherever you are, you're enjoying your Christmas. My Christmas day is going to be a bit different. I'm going to be spending it with a couple of other orphans at a Kenyan restaurant because none of us can be bothered cooking. But really, Christmas to me is all about being with people that you love, having some food and having a good time. I know I miss everyone back home terribly, and I know that they're going to be having a great Christmas. So I just want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope that you're ringing in the new year with some good cheer, and I can't wait to see you all in 2025. Bye.